God was showing us it's not where you start, it's how you finish. In the scripture, God chose a young man named Gideon to lead the Israeli army against the Midianites. But Gideon was afraid. He was hiding in the winepress. An angel came to him and said, "Mighty hero, the Lord is with you." Gideon didn't feel like a mighty hero. He said, "I can't lead the army. I come from the poorest family. I'm the least one in my father's house." Here, God called him a mighty hero. God knew his potential. He knew Gideon had greatness in him. The problem was, Gideon was under the shade of fear, the shade of intimidation. I can't do anything great. I don't come from an influential family. I'm at a disadvantage. Had the angel not come to Gideon and told him who he was, we wouldn't be talking about him. The angel was saying, in effect, Gideon, come out of hiding. Come out from under that shade, that insecurity, that defeated mindset, that can't do it thinking is stunning your growth. God is saying to you, you are a mighty hero. You are destined to leave your mark. But you have to make the choice like Gideon. Are you going to stay in the shade, hiding in the winepress, thinking you don't have what it takes? Or are you going to step into your greatness? Are you going to believe that you're a mighty hero, equipped, empowered, and anointed? This was a destiny moment for Gideon. Either stay in the shade and the opportunity would pass him by, God would find someone else, or take that step of faith and believe he was who God said he was. Gideon made this decision that I'm asking us to make. He got rid of what was blocking his growth, a poor self-image, low self-esteem. He saw himself a new way, not weak, defeated, limited, but as strong, courageous, well able. When he did, the scripture says, the Spirit of God clothed Gideon with power. When he got out from under the fear, the intimidation, God breathed on his life in a new way. He felt a strength, a courage, a boldness that he had never felt. And too often, we're like Gideon. We don't realize who we are. We're letting doubt, negative voices convince us that we're limited. I can't do anything great, Joel. I come from the wrong family. I don't have the talent. Who told you that? Where did those thoughts come from? That's the enemy trying to keep you under the shade. He'd love for you to believe those lies your whole life. Live with a defeated mindset, hiding, insecure, afraid to step out. This can be a destiny moment for you. God is saying, mighty hero, come out from under that shade. Mighty hero, it's time to step up to who you were created to be. When you make that choice like Gideon, say, I'm done letting fear and can't do it thoughts dictate my life. I'm done making excuses as to why I can't go after my dreams. I believe I'm a mighty hero. Then like with Gideon, God is going to show out in your life in a new way. You're going to see favor, courage, opportunities like you've never experienced. Gideon rounded up 32,000 men, as many as he could find. They headed out to face the Midianites. He was feeling confident. He had this large army. God said, Gideon, that's too many people. If you defeat them with this many men, you'll think you did it in your own strength. God had them weed the men down all the way till he only had 300 men. When you come out of the shade, there will be times the odds are against you. Thoughts will tell you, you should have played it safe. It's not going to work out. Now you're way over your head. No, stand strong. The Lord your God is with you. Gideon marched toward the Midianites with only 300 men. At midnight, they blew the trumpets and began to shout, a sword for the Lord and a sword for Gideon. A little earlier, he was hiding in the winepress. No one had ever heard of him. Now people were shouting his name. God knows how to make up for lost growth. That time you spent hiding, afraid, off course, don't worry, your time is coming. God is going to make it up to you. He knows how to accelerate, how to speed things up. He doesn't hold it against us that we stayed under the shade. We've all made choices that should have stopped our destiny, should have stunted our growth. But God, in His mercy, won't just let you start growing again. He'll thrust you ahead. It's not too late. You can still become the mighty hero. You can still accomplish your dream. You can still live an abundant life. There is greatness in you. Jeremiah said, there's fire shut up in my bones. There is potential, talent, increase that you haven't tapped into. Come out of hiding. Start believing you're a mighty hero. Get rid of those limiting thoughts. You and God are a majority. He's calling you out of the shade, out of anything that's blocking your growth. Step out and get ready to see new levels, new friendships, new opportunities, new talents, new victories. That's what happened to Gideon. He defeated the Midianites. Overnight, he became a mighty hero. From hiding in the winepress to being known as a man of fearless courage. Gideon is now listed in Hebrews 11 as one of the heroes of faith. But he wasn't like David that went out and courageously defeated Goliath. He wasn't like Abraham who believed when all hope was gone. He wasn't like the Apostle Paul that wrote books of the Bible in prison. He started off insecure, intimidated, afraid. He was shaded by all these things that were blocking his growth. God was showing us it's not where you start, it's how you finish. Where you are is not your destiny. There's still time to become a Gideon. You can come out of the fear, the doubt, the guilt, and step in to who you were created to be, a mighty hero, a history maker. Now quit believing those lies that you've reached your limits. You'll always struggle. You've been through too much. It'll never work out. Come out from under that shade. That's limited you long enough. God is ready to show out in your life, to do things that are unusual, uncommon, out of the ordinary, to take you where no one in your family has gone. And sometimes the reason we're in the shade is that's what we saw modeled growing up. We were raised by people that were negative, insecure, lived guilty, dysfunctional. Now that's normal to us, but that's not who you are. That's a result of being in the shade. And for some people, fear has been blocking their family for generations. Low self-esteem, addictions, mediocrity. That's what Gideon was saying. My family, we're all poor. We're all defeated, limited, afraid. That may be true for you when you look back at your family line. But here's the key. You're the one God has raised up to step out of the shade. You're the one to set the new standard, to be the difference maker. Don't let these negative things keep getting passed down. All it takes is for one person to rise up. One Gideon to say, I'm going to step out of this fear, this addiction, this defeated mentality, these unhealthy relationships, and I'm going to set a new standard. We're going to be people who honor God. We're going to live free, confident, secure, victorious.
To continue, please consider watching this video next.